Hey guys, it is me Sam Long again, and today I'm gonna do an honest thoughts of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I just saw it today, and I finally saw it after a few weeks. It's been out for it's been out for almost a month now. It's been out for like a 20 day for a few weeks, and I finally went to see it today with my brother and my grandmother, and uh some a funny thing happened before I watched the movie. This is what I'm gonna point out. Um, the theater I went to, like usually a lot of theaters I go to have like labeled theaters, but on the ticket I have, it basically says like the number auditorium you're supposed to be in. I was in the wrong theater, and in some real it was like a really stupid situation because like none of the theaters were labeled, so that was annoying because I couldn't tell which theater was supposed to be in. My brother or my grandmother must have read the ticket wrong. It said it was auditorium number 6 and we were in auditorium number 9, and we were just sitting there for about 20 minutes and we saw like these horror movie trailers and like, wait, this is not right. I have not seen a single Marvel trailer because Marvel trailers always appear before a Marvel movie, like for upcoming Marvel movies. But it's just I was like, okay, we are in the wrong theater. A horror movie trailer was about to like play, and I was like, okay, we're leaving. This is about to get really disgusting and bloody. I'm not staying through this. We went to theater number 6. Luckily, the film did not start yet. It was like right in the middle, the end of a trailer. So we just walked in. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank gosh I didn't miss the first part. It's just like that was a pretty funny situation. That was a little irritating how the theaters were not like labeled. But yeah, it was a little annoying. But I saw it, and what did I think about it? Well, let me talk about the story. Okay, the story for Captain America: The Winter Soldier is basically takes place after the events of the Avengers, where like because at the end of Captain America, the first one, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, was frozen in ice and for about 70 years or so or more. I'm not sure. I think it might have been longer. But he realizes the war is over. World War we America won against Hitler, but he realizes that like he's in a much different world, and this takes place after the events of the Avengers, which he is now like starting to get used. He's gotten used to the modern day like modern day like world, which yeah, and he's basically dealing with a new threat known as the Winter Soldier, who basically has basically been trying basically become a ultimate threat against him. And there's a deeper plan behind the villains. There are more than one villains today, and I won't spoil it because it's pretty much as far as the plot I can go because this movie just blew my mind how deep it got. It was like um besides that, a story here I really think is really good. It was like it's basically got a lot of twists and turns. Um, if you know about the whole Hydra thing from Agents of Shield, that's pretty much what it is. But I'm not gonna say about like what is Hydra. You're gonna have to watch the first movie to understand that. But it's just basically like the whole story here is really interesting. It's like they introduce Nick Fury's got a bigger part in this movie, which is probably the best thing. It's like he's basically gotten more deeper in Bran, and that's really interesting. How they gave him a bigger role because in the last movies he hasn't really had that big of a role, and yeah, it's just I really enjoyed the story. Now the acting for this movie is very well, very greatly acted, and the Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow, and Chris Evans is Steve Rogers. Samuel Jackson is um is Nick Fury. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I don't know the actor who plays um who is it? Who plays Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, and I forget the guy's name who played the Winter Soldier. But a lot of the actors did a really good job in this movie, and I was really surprised, is because a lot of Marvel movies have great acting, and this one was no exception. But besides that, I honestly think this is the best Marvel movie since the Avengers. I liked Thor: The Dark World, and I liked Iron Man 3. I thought they were great movies, but I didn't think they were as good as they could have been. Like Thor, I thought was good, a little bit heavy on the comedy, but I didn't really care. Iron Man 3 I thought was really, really good, much better than Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was a disappointment to me, but I was I did not expect them to like make such a big comeback with this movie. It was a huge improvement. They did a great job with really a lot of things, and basically like the Winter Soldier this time the Winter Soldier this time like basically he's like this Captain America in this movie has pretty much met his match. He's like completely screwed because this villain is like there's a bigger backstory that you'll have to watch the movie to understand, and you'll have to watch the first one because this is the sequel to the first one. But what happens is that like basically you start to realize that Captain America and the Winter Soldier have chemistry, like from the first movie. You'll start to understand this if you watch the first movie. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I did like one of the really really good things about like this movie is how well the story is like. This movie gets really 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 like deep in the story because this story is really complex. I didn't expect it to be this like crazy, and I've been watching Agents of Shield, and I've heard a lot of rumors that like I'm not gonna say what it is, but there's been a lot of rumors going around. If you've been watching Shield and you watched Winter Soldier, you would understand it. But I do really want to see this movie again if it's still playing at any of my theaters. I think I actually went out of like I actually had to go see the I actually went to see this at a completely different theater because most of the theaters around me I don't think many of them were playing. And the nice thing was I didn't see this movie in 3D today. Which was amazing because I thought I was gonna have to go see it in 3D, but the three show times there were only two show times at the theaters where I am. There was a 2:35 showing and 2:45 showing I think, and a 9:35 showing at night. I'm not gonna drive like all the way to a theater at 9:30 at night. If it's a midnight showing, I'll be fine, but I'm not driving that far. I can't drive it, but you get the idea. But like I just really, really, really enjoyed this movie. I felt it was a huge improvement. I cannot wait till Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and there are more Marvel movies coming out. Next week we have Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is coming out. I'm definitely gonna go see that, and Guardians and X-Men Days of Future Past is coming, and then to end the summer, Guardians of the Galaxy, which they did show a trailer for. This was like my third time watching, fourth or third time watching the trailer. I can't wait for that. I'll do my thoughts of all those Marvel movies that are coming out later. But yeah. On a score, like I would probably give this movie like a 9 out of 10 because they improved on pretty much almost everything. Where the first one, I guess you could say like failed, but didn't really fail. I thought the story was a huge improvement, had a lot more character development. The acting was really well acting, and the action was awesome. Like the final act to this movie is intense. It's like it's like Avengers, and this may be my second favorite Marvel movie next to the Avengers, which is saying a lot. And Marvel movies have been getting better and better. We've been noticing that. I'll talk about this in another video, but yeah. So hopefully in the future, Age of Ultron, we will have the next big Marvel. This is probably the biggest best Marvel standalone movie since I think Iron Man and Avengers, the first Iron Man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I highly recommend going to see Captain America: The Winter Soldier if you get the chance, because I don't know if it's going to be in theaters for much longer, because Spider-Man 2 is coming out next week, and I'm hoping that we get a Captain America 3, because I was literally blown away by everything they did with Captain America 2. So, my final verdict on Captain America 2, I think I've said it already, but it is a 9 out of 10. That is the first good score I've given since Gravity. I gave that like a 9. I didn't do a review on Gravity, but I would probably give it like an 8 or a 9. I don't know. But yeah, go see Captain America. You won't be disappointed. If you liked the first one, you'll love this even more. But if you didn't like if you don't like Marvel movies in general, don't go see this. I don't know why. If you don't like any Marvel movies, why would you go see this then? But yeah, go see Captain America: The Winter Soldier if it's still playing in your theater. Go see this movie. It's a great film. I highly recommend watching it. It's that good. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye. Hope you enjoyed my honest thoughts of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.